I am one less square body around the house. Yesterday, I sold a K10, the diesel one I got from Kansas, to Square Body Salvage. And when I got there, something happened that we may be able to learn something from because it is Tuesday and I've been thinking for a topic. And stuff got western pretty quick because I went by myself and I went to go pull the truck off the trailer. Of course, it doesn't run, 6'2". Uh, I tied it to a CUCV, and he said he wanted it next to the other trucks. I said, no big deal. I'll just pull it off like I've done with. Luckily, I finally got a tractor now, so it helps getting them off the trailer when they don't run. So I just tied it to another truck, and it went back a little bit and then just stopped. I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. And I looked, I couldn't really see nothing, so I was like, well, it should come off the trailer. So did what any reasonable person would do: hit the gas a little harder. And then it was really stuck, and it dragged that truck I was hooked to across the yard. So I was debating on whether I need to get my ramps out of my trailer or not because they're really heavy and I'm lazy. I was looking at it. I was like, well, it'll probably clear the trailer, and I won't have to mess with putting the ramps on or off. So I ended up putting the ramps out because I've been in that position a lot, and I've learned that instead of being lazy, you can spend a lot of time or save a lot of time by just doing the thing you know you need to do first. There's a lot you can learn in that itself. But anyways, I got to pulling on it hard enough, and then the truck ended up looking like this. So what you can't see is the rear U-bolts come off, and they actually did hit the ramp that I had on the trailer, and completely hung that up, locked the truck up with that. Front wheel come up over the trailer because I was lazy. I was like, well, let's just pop over them fenders and I'll be good. So slammed the front end on the other side of the trailer, so it was pinched on the U-bolt, the transfer case, and the front end. So a lot of times everybody would start getting pissed off, just because it should have just been wham bam. And you could start yanking the truck thinking, well, if I just yank it hard, it's going to pop over that dill. But of course, it's not. If you've drug stuff off of trailers, you know how much something hanging down on the frame. I mean, just a little exhaust bolt will stop a truck dead in its tracks if you got a little lip on the back of your trailer. So, long story here, the topic is anger. In that moment, I could have got angry, and I've worked a lot, and people say I'm a really calm guy just by nature, but I have a lot of buddies or work with people, or we all know people that just get angry like that. But when you get angry, I mean, it's kind of natural because what causes anger? It's because there's a problem arise, and we're all meant to solve problems when they arise. But when you get angry, it doesn't really solve anything. And I know this is all common sense, but like even when you're making a decision in your life, if you let your emotions play any part of that, you're usually going to end up regretting that decision or whatever. I mean, we've all been mad and maybe punched stuff or did things or whatever that we ended up regretting anyway. So what can we do when we get angry? Just think about, okay, there's a problem. There's a rise. Can I change what happened? No. Is it going to matter in 5 years? Probably not. Can the problem be fixed with money? If the answer is yes, yeah, that sucks, but it's not that big of a problem if you think about it, because it could be a lot deeper level than a money situation. So when the problem arises, just look at it. Okay, yeah, that sucks, but what's the solution? That goes with any problems in your life, or maybe a problem for someone else. You don't want to come to a person and say, hey, this and this and this and this is wrong. They're going to go, oh, okay, and then you're just going to sit there and wait for their response. No, if you do find a problem in your company or someone you work with or in a relationship, say, hey, this is the problem, but here's a solution. So that goes in life. I learned that a while back from all these podcasts I listen to. But if there's a problem that arises, immediately think of what's the solution to the problem, because you're going to have to think about it anyways. Yeah, you can be mad and run around in circles and stuff, but then you're just really delaying the solution to the problem anyway. So instead of being angry, what causes anger? You got a solution. Think of, or you got a problem. Think of a solution. What's the solution to the problem? And I think if you work on that, your mind will stay off of the fact of the situation. So to finish my story, I seen the truck was all hung up. I'm like, okay, what do I have to work with? I got a winch on the trailer. Okay. I ain't got a floor jack, or I do have a little bottle jack. So grab the winch, pull the truck up enough to unpin it from the ramp. Then I had to jack the truck up, which took a minute. Wiggle the ramp, it wasn't coming loose. I could have lost my crap again. Went up a little higher, moved the truck a little bit, got the ramp out, backed up to the tree, and backed up till it hung on the trailer, jacked it up again, put a piece of wood under the transfer case, and let it slide off the trailer. I didn't do any more damage. I didn't make the situation worse. I made the situation better. Now I got a little bit of damage on my trailer fender and stuff I got to figure out, but money can fix that. Also a ton of Bible verses that talk about this subject and how a man should be slow to get angry and how he should have control over his emotions, or how really the side effects of a person that is always angry, and how it just really doesn't lead to a good life. So even if you're not religious, there's a lot to learn there that would make your life better and stress-free. But that's something that we all want. So just a reminder, when you get angry, there's a problem. What's the solution?